apologize.
Why?
We didn't even ask Isabel if she wanted to podcast with us. We were so exhausted and in the moment and knitting, and I didn't feel like it. Certainly, I'm sure she didn't feel like it. So sorry, guys.
She was at the end of a very long trip, and I mean, not to say that she didn't have energy for us, because she certainly did. She was so gracious and so kind. What?
She's a young woman, a few years younger than us.
Yes,
After sleeping on the beds at that beautiful Airbnb, I felt 5 years older.
Can you bring your microphone closer to you?
No. Yes, I can.
It just kind of sounds like maybe it's not picking up very good.
I can speak up.
I know you can do that for sure.
So this is Periscoping Sisters, Skein number 50. Took us almost 2.5 years to get to that point.
Yes. But we have a lot of going-ons in our regular lives, too.
No, we don't. We just sit around and knit. God, wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes, that would be pretty wonderful. One day when we are able to retire, and that's the number one thing on our list to do, like our mother.
Our hands will all be crippled like this, and we won't be able to knit.
No.
There's a girl that's who's like a med tech at one of the assisted living facilities, and she lives her life on the edge of rules, so sort of like moi. And we've already decided that when we are going to be both in a nursing home or assisted living, we're going to be roommates. And I said, well, you're going to have to put up with my sister because she's going to be the third person. She says, oh boy, we're going to be in so much trouble. I said, yes, we will.
We'll be getting into all kinds of trouble.
So I hope everybody has a hot cup of tea, and they may have to pause us, and Mom and Dad will probably have to take a nap, because I think this may be sort of a longer podcast, which Dessou, she'll be saying, thank you for the long podcast, but it doesn't matter how long our podcast is. She always messages me later and says, that was not long enough. So if we talk for 3 hours, she would still say, that was not long enough.
Yes, it just seems like it's been so long since we were in Albuquerque. I know, it's only been, what, a week, 2 weeks?
2 weeks ago? Oh my gosh, you guys. We had the best time. And the first part of my week was spent in San Diego.
Right.
Of course, with my dad. And after you go for the 19th time, you don't do any, you don't do the trolley tour, and you don't go to the zoo, and you don't go to Coronado Island, and you don't do all the touristy things. You just sit and you knit and you read and you watch Judge Judy. And they got me addicted. You're laughing because you know the routine. Oh, wait, Dr. Phil, then Judge Judy. Or is it the other way around? I can't remember. But they got me, and it was like the second to last night I was there, they got me stuck on Downton Abbey. And of course, first I said, well, I've heard of it because it's big in the knitting community. And secondly, I thought it was called Downtown Abbey. So I didn't know what the heck it was all about. So we started watching, and Mom, of course, gives me the whole sort of Cliff Notes version about sort of what it's all about. And then we put it in. And then Mom says, do you want to watch another episode? Yes, of course. And Dad says, okay. I said, okay. And then Mom's going to bed, and we're like on the 4th or 5th episode. And Dad says, you want to watch another? I'm like, yeah. Can you stay up late? We won't tell Mom how late you stay up. You watch it with me, okay, Dad? He says, okay, we'll put on another one. And I think we got through the 5th episode, but I still have yet to find it on Netflix or wherever I can find it. I know they have all the CDs and everything. So really, really great.
Yeah. I've never watched an episode, so I need to try and find it too. Yeah, no.
Oh, Debbie. So it was beautiful weather. Debbie came over.
Well, we did our last podcast up there, right?
That's right. So then the last everybody heard, we were jet setting off to New Mexico.
Right.
To Albuquerque to see Dag, and we go through, and it's really interesting. Ronnie would really he loves to see how other people live. Like we're going to a third world country or somewhere else. But we walk in, and the houses, if you didn't know they were houses, they just sort of blend into the Sandia Mountains. They're sort of like pueblos and So I took some pictures for Ronnie to see, but a lot of them have these exterior fences, I guess, with a gate.
Yeah.
To go through the gate, we're like, we're here. Oh, she can't hear us. We're not in the house yet. So then you go to the door and ring the doorbell. And here's Dag, big blue eyes and shorter than me. I said, oh my God, Dag, you shrunk. She's like, I did. I said, yes, you're supposed to be 5'10" on the podcast. I'm always this height. So it's really interesting how you meet people through the internet waves and you just assume, just like when I met Jody for the first time, I thought she was 6 foot tall. She's not 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
But it was really kind of funny. But what an incredible hostess. And, before everybody came to her house the second or third night, like everybody, almost 20 people, I said, are you worried? Are you concerned? She says, oh, no. About what? No. And she is so laid back, so welcoming, so make my house your house kind of thing. So, and there's so many words to describe it. I mean, why are you laughing?
Because I've just been sitting quietly listening to your story.
So, and like Lauren had said, Lauren who kind of organized the whole thing, when we were at the other beautiful place, the second day of the knitting retreat, she said after lunch, she says inside, because we had this beautiful lunch outside on the terrace. She says inside after lunch is going to be quiet knitting time. Now, why did she tell me that?
She told you? I don't remember hearing that.
I know. I think she told me herself and nobody else. She says it's going to be quiet knitting time after lunch. Sort of like when you're at kindergarten, after lunch, it's nap time. Mm-hmm. You don't have to sleep, but you have to be quiet and resting.
So where did we sit after lunch? We sat out on the terrace after lunch.
We had some pretty good lulls of quiet time. And she came out and I said, how quiet is there, huh? She says, well, it's not that quiet. I said, well, out here, it's kind of quiet. Even though the peacock was strutting around. Wasn't that the coolest place? We saw hot air balloons that morning. And
it was just,
Isabel was so nice.
I think I really, because I've been to now 2 retreats where it's been a much smaller group with the Curious Handmade retreat and now the Knit New Mexico retreat. And I think I really enjoy the smaller group of 20 to 25, maybe 30 would still be okay. It's just really nice to be able to sit down with different people, get to know them. And we had several different opportunities to do that. We had Friday morning, the little class at the yarn store.
Thursday night on the rooftop. Remember we met at that hotel rooftop bar?
Right. So
how about that?
We connected with people that first night, and then Friday afternoon was the group that was taking Isabel's sweater class, and then we got to hang out at Dag's house that last night, and all day Saturday when we were at Los Poblanos, and it just seemed like it was a lot more relaxed. It wasn't frantic. You go to these huge festivals and
you have to see everything.
You want to see everything and see all the fiber, and you don't really, unless you plan times to get together with friends when you're not at the festival, it's really easy to just not connect with anybody. Or you have, like Rhinebeck, you have a 2 hours, 3 hours on the hill to try and find people and talk to them. But it's not the same as going to a smaller, more intimate thing. So I really, really enjoy them. And it was so great to see Dag. And we spent that day before everybody got there dyeing our yarn that one day. That was so fun.
It's so much fun. Okay, so let's talk about Christy and Melody.
Okay.
So I think Melody maybe messaged us first when she heard that there was a retreat. She's about 3.5 hours away from Albuquerque and said, hey, if we can, I don't know where there's lodging. And of course, Deb and I are like, well, let's certainly lodge together. And then we heard about Christy. Well, Melody she's M.R. Rickle on Instagram.
Melody's Designs.
Melody's Designs is her new. And then there's Red Raider Knits, Christy, who's right on the corner of Colorado and Texas. So she drove down 6 hours in her farm truck, which also brought a little animal with it, and she didn't even know it. I gathered all the girls the next morning. I said, let's go out and go for a little walk. And they're like, okay, we're going to go for a walk. We go out there. There's a fluffy little birdie stuck head first into the grill of her truck. I said, Christy.
She didn't even notice it.
There's a bird in your grill. She's like, yeah, that's okay. I said, oh my God. So the more we went past it, in and out, going different places, finally she grabbed the wings and, oh, are you happy now? Are you happy now? She threw it over into the bushes. Poor little birdie. She says, oh, that's the very least of what things I ended up sticking in the grill. But
yeah.
They were it was sort of like having Ronnie with us. I told Melody more than once. I said, I don't even hardly miss my husband because Melody is like my husband in reincarnate.
She was like the big sister. She was kind of like what Wendy would do. She would make sure everybody had everything. She's thinking ahead. And
she had my creamer. She brought snacks. She made cookies. She had everything organized. She knew what we needed before we even needed it. That's why I just kept calling her like my Ronnie, because he was there with us, because Ronnie's like. But we're going to show some things that Melody is now making and some gifts that we got along the way. But we had the best time, and this beautiful Airbnb
had the worst beds,
squeakiest floors, and the softest beds alive. So the older of the four of us, Debbie and I, ended up having to sleep on the floor on couch cushions, and then I graduated up to the actual couch.
Yeah.
And then the squeaky floors, and Melody's like, if you walk on this side of the hallway and hold your arms on the other side and you walk right along, it won't squeak, because if you walk down the center of the hallway, everybody was up, even if it was 2 o'clock in the morning, because it was like, creak, 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 creak.
It was so funny because both Melody and Christy, normally they're early risers, right? So they both get up at 5 a.m. to start their day. And that's good. I mean, a lot of people are like that, but with the time
changed,
with the time difference, and then the earlier hour, and then it was like 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I was like, who got up? I thought it was you at first, because I thought you were still on East Coast time, but then Melody was like, I think that was me. I'm really sorry.
And then I got up at 5:30, and I'm like trying to walk on the edge with my arms here. And I walk past Melody's room, and the light's on. She's sitting there knitting in bed. I'm like, okay, you can come out, because I'm up. You can come out to the living room. Because
at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're up early, because that's what we're there for. We're there to visit. We're not there to sleep. So it's
not
really
to sleep, but we couldn't help it. We were old, and we had to get a couple blinks of sleep. But so how about those breakfast burritos?
Oh my gosh!
I went through withdrawals. Even had one. I went through withdrawals. I had one in Denver at the airport. When I stopped over in Denver, I got a breakfast burrito. I said, okay, Mr. Burritos, the last one I'm having.
Oh my gosh. They were so good. It was a great weekend. So much fun.
Get together again.
Yeah, we're going to have to do another retreat.
What you doing next weekend?
Okay, I'll go. Sign me up.
So let's talk a little bit administrative stuff. We only had a couple people message us with their addresses for the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. So do you still have, I wrote down the list.
Do you have the list? I think you emailed it to me. Let me see if I can find it.
I sent a picture. Let me see if I can, I think I took a picture of it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, excuse us while you all wait until we get our,
yeah, I don't know when. Let's see.
Hold on. I have it. Here, I have it.
Oh, I have it too. We both found it at the same time.
But I don't want to show you that one person's address.
Yeah. So Vicky, I already sent her stuff, and then the other one, I'm not sure. Is that the one that you did the check?
Yes, that's the address we had. Then there was another. Oops. Yes,
The first two.
Sorry, my husband texted me back.
Vishaw, number 30, and is number 6 the one with the check mark? That's the one that you sent me the recent address?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So Knit 72, Twin Town Hodge, or TWN Hodge, Crazy Maria, and SJH 801. You guys all need to send us your address.
SJH 801 got the big gift, so I suggest you get on that.
We'll give you until next podcast, but if we don't hear from you...
Sorry, Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have something to pull. Anna's Yarnesty cow collection.
Yes.
We go over to the group so I can tell you how many.
You want me to get on org.com or whatever it is? Random.org?
Org.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 40 total, oops, I believe. Let me just double check. 41 posts, so 40.
2 through 41?
2 through 41, sorry. Yes.
Okay, generate. Number 12.
Number 12. Okay, getting to that. Number 12 is Cookier 293.
Okay, so we'll have to message Anna and let her know.
I will get my secretary to write it down.
Okay.
Number 12. Okay. Yay. She made a beautiful collection of different cowls. Very, very pretty.
And then do you want to pull up my Laguna socks that knit along that Melissa? There's only a few people that posted in there, so there's a good chance one of you is going to win something.
Hold on a memento.
It was only probably like 10 or something.
Okay. Laguna socks, knit along. There are 12 posts, so 2 through 12.
Okay, hopefully it's not me. Number 9.
Wait a minute. I'm locking it while I'm talking. Okay, number 9 is Becky 714.
Oh, good. Yay, Becky. Okay, I will send her something, but Becky, send me your address. Message me on Ravelry and send me your home address.
Is your secretary writing that one down?
No, your secretary is.
Oh, excuse me. What number of post was that?
Becky something. Number, I don't know, 9, I think. Yes, number 9.
All right.
Okay.
Terry's very busy and she doesn't get paid very well. It's okay. She's a happy lady. Okay, life is short. Tell us about how homecoming was for your so grown up Lukey.
It was so nice.
Did he and his girlfriend wear those same shoes?
They each had to buy new shoes, and they organized. I'll put up a picture. They organized amongst the two of them. They decided that they were going to wear these shoes.
I'm so glad Luke decided to wear some high heels. Oh, no, darn. Look how cute are they.
And that night was the first night they wore them. They both ordered them and had them, and they kept them clean and didn't wear them until that night last night. And now after last night, they can wear them for their normal sneakers. So they're so cute.
Let me see a nice picture of them together.
I posted lots of nice pictures of them on Instagram. And yeah, it turned out so nice. I even got a couple good pictures of him with me. We had beautiful sunset that night. And it just so turned out that all the girls that were Molly's friends that got together for pictures, none of them had dates. So Luke was the only boy there. That's why we had that picture taken of him, with the girls.
I was wondering where all the other boys were. There were no other boys.
There were no other boys. Which is probably fine with Luke. So that was fun.
He took his little entourage.
Yeah. And then today is James Jr.'s birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to James Jr.
Yes. 19.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Big.
One more year and he'll be in like more of the adult in his 20s. No more teenager next year.
Let's not talk about it.
I know.
Okay, so
he was working yesterday from 3 to 6 and today from 3 to 6, so we couldn't do dinner this weekend. We're going to celebrate next weekend.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about something quickly only because I think it's worth talking about, even though it's not the best thing to talk about, but I think there may be some words of wisdom, a little bit mostly from the Knitting Nana, that came about through the situation. This week we had our first, we've had bullies now and then, but we had our first experience, Sky did, with sexual harassment at school. If you can believe 10 and 11-year-olds can be so nasty and crude. So I nipped it in the bud. After she was telling me about it for a day or so, Sky is as tall as I am. She's a big girl, and she usually is the protector of everybody else and their bullies, and the bullies are mostly afraid of her, that they quit bullying once she calls them out.
Yeah.
So she can take care of herself in many ways, even though she is only just turned 11. But this was a little bit of a different situation. She obviously was getting more and more frustrated about it. And she had said, I told him to leave me alone. I told him to stop talking to me that way. I've told his friends. He's not knocking it off. And the other day he put his hand on my shoulder and I said, take your hand off of me. So I nipped it in the bud. I went back to the school, talked to the vice principal, and she has done a little investigation. Apparently Sky is not the only one this is happening to, other girls as well.
Not surprising.
Nope. They corroborated with another boy that said that, yes, he's hearing these things out of this boy's mouth. And Sky had told me at the end of the day that she saw this boy walking down the hallway with one of the ISS teachers, which is the in-school suspension teachers. So I'm sure it's going to be taken care of, although very embarrassing, and just I didn't even want to I wanted to almost close my ears when the vice principal told me some of the things this boy was saying, because Sky was too embarrassed to tell me herself.
Yeah.
So I had called Mom and then gave her an update, and she said something very interesting, which I never really thought about. And Debbie, I haven't even talked to you. I don't know that I've talked to you about. Maybe I have. Yes. We grew up in a house that was very open, loving, giving to the max. Every holiday we had somebody that was usually not part of our original family at the table. Women who have been abused, their derelict sons drinking on the front porch. Sometimes we've had, homeless people in the house. We've had all different kinds of people because we were just that type of family. And of course, Wendy continued that lifestyle and she was just open to everybody. But in a sense, Mom said that sort of fogged, I don't know if fog is the word, but maybe made our boundaries, which I'm starting to use that word with Sky, boundaries, a little bit more like a screen instead of a brick wall. Mm-hmm. So we grew up a little bit on the naive side, not on a cynical base at all. We just assumed everybody was kind and good, and we should spread that kind of joy, which we do, without too much of worry of what could happen if we did, or allowing people maybe to get a little too close to us. For that was not more of a safety thing. So I started using some words with Sky like boundaries, and Mom had a really good choice of words to start using with her, which she called your love voice. And everybody has a love voice, which is basically our conscience. And our love voice tells us things that something isn't right, something doesn't feel right, something is maybe inappropriate, or even though it may not be inappropriate touch like people would think, even that hand on her shoulder made her feel very uncomfortable because of the way this boy was, speaking to her. So her love voice was telling her, this is not okay. Mm-hmm. So we've always, and I know you have too, he has too, trained our children. If you cannot come to us, go to another adult, go to another child's parent, go to a teacher. Mm-hmm. You need to speak to an adult about things that are upsetting or worrying you, even if it's not me or your dad. When your love voice is telling you things are not right. And so that was really interesting for Mom to say that, because that's a good, conscience is maybe a word that kids can't really wrap themselves around their mind. Yeah. But love voice is a really good choice of words. And we all even have, my love voice made me turn my car around after dropping her off to go back to the school. Right. To say, you are your child's protector. And this is bothering her enough, and obviously bothered me enough when I heard more about it, to speak up and say something about it. So that's all I wanted to say about life is short, even though life is short and we are dying every second we keep talking on this podcast. So we should move on.
Let's show some fiber.
Let's show some fiber. How about those little FOs we did in our class?
Okay. You want to show that first?
Yes. Of course, Debbie had a teacher's pet.
We learned a new, and Dag showed hers on her podcast too. We learned a new starting of construction for a sweater.
Right.
And we didn't know what we were going to be using these little squares for, but we provisionally cast on and knit these tiny little squares that were about 2 inches by 2 inches. And they ended up being the shoulders that went over these little miniature sweaters that we made. I made purple squares. See my purple squares?
I see your purple squares. Oh, you made them both the same. Some people made one color and then the other.
And I made a mistake because I was supposed to cast on stitches between the purple squares in the back, and I forgot. So you can see.
Well, I made a mistake because I didn't provisionally cast on either. So I was ripping out while she was moving on. So I had to redo, but I just put a cable in the front.
But I put little color work on the bottom of my sweater. Aren't they cute?
They're cute. So we'll have to hang them up somewhere. We also learned about short rows and doing different types of short rows. I know it's hard to see with German short rows versus wrap and turn short rows. And I thought that was really interesting.
I'm not sure where my swatch is for that.
We learned about making booby darts. And instead of having two things that stick out on the side of your sweater, like I did, for my mashup sweater, you can actually do short rows in the front to give you a little bit more booby space.
Yeah, you can kind of see how those short rows work to make little boobies. See how it pops out?
Yeah.
See?
If you have an Una boob, that would work perfectly for a sweater. So that was really, really fun.
Yeah, it was great. And I have all the paperwork. I'm going to take the paperwork up to Mom and Dad so Mom can page through and see what we learned.
Like the Knitting Nana really needs instruction on short rows.
She doesn't, but she likes to be part of it.
She does like to be part of it. Okay, so we did get some things. We'll talk about Amory at the end, but remember all those sock whips I had?
Yes.
I still have most of them. Aren't you proud? But I did start getting my sock mojo back a little bit. So I had a long tube of...
Amy, your sound all of a sudden just got really low. I don't know why.
Okay. Is that any better? I don't know. I just need to speak up maybe. Is it still
going? No, I think it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. So I had cranked a long tube the last time I was in California of a couple different yarns, and I think this one yarn was from Hypnotic Yarn. I forget the name of the colorway, but Ronnie is not here, so I got his sock done.
Looks great.
Remember, I'm going to have socks for everybody on the cruise since we're going on a cruise over Christmas, and they're going to get their Christmas socks. And thankfully, Ronnie and Skein have the same size foot. Yes, believe that. They do. So I did Skye's with a garter heel.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's nice and squishy. So that one was done.
One sock for each?
A pair.
Okay.
They have two. So Ronnie and Sky are done. Now, Jared, remember we cranked the blue and then it started getting wonky because I didn't have it. We had to cut the yarn. But I still had plenty left.
Yes.
So I started, this is some of that mohair blend that I dyed a while back because you can see some of that.
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Jared. So I put it on Ronnie's foot and he said, honey, I think it needs to be a little longer. I always do that. What's wrong with me? It went in doubt, knit 2 more inches. So I made a 5.5 inch cuff, which actually will be perfect for him because he's got Hercules calves.
Oh.
So that goes up his leg. So I just ripped out where I ended the cuff and I just knit some more this morning. So I think that'll be okay for him.
So you had some of that blue yarn left over because we didn't crank all of it. Well, that worked out good.
Yes. So Levi's will be a little bit more challenging only because his foot is a size 14. Isn't one of your kids a size 14?
Yeah, James is like a 14, 15.
Will you measure? What about Luke?
No, he's about a 12.
All right. Well, I'll have to message James and see if he can't measure between the beginning of the sock, the toe, and the end of the heel. Did you put an afterthought heels in his? Does he have any with him? Or do you have any home?
I don't think I have any here.
Okay, so if anybody does an afterthought heel and has a child, or a husband that has a size 14, please message me. Let me know how long I have to knit, or how long to, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I also got finished my EYF socks.
Oh, good.
I knit this query fiber off with their heads colorway all through Europe. So I popped in a speckled, this was, a little chunk that I had left of Baron Vula Reef colorway.
Yeah.
So I put in.
Oh, they look so good.
Don't they look good? So
yeah.
Voila. I have another pair. Finito.
Love those.
Yes. So what do you have finished?
I don't have any finished objects.
You going to show tomorrow are you going to show what's behind you, since you flashed it last time, and we can talk about what's coming up?
Do you want to talk about this? Okay.
And so this, about that, we'll talk about the mystery knit along, which is happening right now.
The last clue of the mystery knit along has been sent out to the masses, so everybody's finishing up their hand out a hug mittens, and I hope everybody liked the little surprise. Go over and look at the hashtags on Instagram.
Can I show a picture?
Sure.
I'm going to show Danielle, because, she just knits things.
No, Danielle was a test knitter, and I changed the pattern after that, so you can't really show Danielle's.
Okay, I wanted to show another finished object.
Oh.
That was grape soda from Artistic Lily, my little shorties. And don't you love that beautiful rug? That was on the floor of Daddy's. He was at the doctor, and I finished them in the waiting room. And I said, "Well, I'll just take a picture." And I showed him to Debbie, and she says, "Is that at the doctor's office?" Because she didn't recognize that ugly rug from anywhere we live. I said, "Yeah, that's not any of our rugs."
Yeah.
Oh, I can't show Danielle's.
No, but go and check it out. It's funny because I didn't even knit a full. Huh?
I'll show Melissa's.
Yes, you can show Melissa's.
She made the little mouse at the top. She made it dark instead of the other way around.
She swapped the colors, and she doesn't have a thumb yet. And her embroidery's not done yet, but the little mouse gets a mouth and a little nose at the top,
and the other side, the palm side, gorgeousness.
Yeah.
She did a really good job.
So that's been super fun. And our next knit along is going to be our snowflake sock knit along. So I wanted to let everybody know that Carrie at Freckled Whimsy has created 2 new special colorways. She's going to have them on pre-order starting October 19th, which is this week. Today's the 14th, so 4 days from today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week. She'll have them up for pre-order. They're awesome. So look for that. I'm going to post on Instagram. She's going to have those pre-orders up in her shop. This was using the Cozy Knitter, a set of her self-striping, and what you need to make the medium and the large is about 30 grams each of the lighter color and the darker color for the color work. Or if you only have 20 grams, you can take out these sections and just do the snowflake.
Or not do the toe and the heel.
Right, or not do the toe and the heel if you just want to do the color work up here. So there's a lot of options you can do. The pattern's going to be released in mid-November, so you have plenty of time to find your yarn. I'll probably create, when I post some of these in black and white and announce Freckled Whimsy's opening for her pre-order, I'll create a hashtag. You guys can share if you want to show what yarn you're thinking of using. It'll be fun. So we're going to probably knit those between Thanksgiving and
Christmas Eve.
Christmas, yeah. So I know there's a lot of Advent things going on all through Christmas, so they don't have to be done by Christmas Eve. It's just something fun to get everybody in the holiday mood. I know a lot of places in our country and in Canada are getting snow right now, so
blizzard last night in Colorado.
Yes.
Crazy.
So that's coming up. Look for my post on Instagram as a reminder for Carrie's Freckled Whimsy shop. The 2 colorways that she came up are gorgeous. Wait till you see.
Yum.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I had survived another hell week last week because my co-partner was in Australia, so she'll be back this week. So I decided every day of the week when I got through my 10 plus patients that I was going to buy myself a present every day. You want to see what I bought myself every day, each day? Yes.
I bought myself something at the end of the week because I just decided to buy one present.
Okay. So let me go back to, if I can find, hold on a minute. I can find it quickly. Okay. Screenshots. My first present was from Nomadic Yarns, and I forgot the name of the colorway. Let me see if I can remember what is the colorway. Wonderland.
I'm looking up what I bought too.
Wonderland was Monday's gift to me from Nomadic.
Oh,
I may use
is beautiful.
For the pretty, really may do that in my snowflake socks, or I may grab one of Freckled Whimsy's colorways.
Do you remember what base you ordered from her?
I think I got the sparkle.
Ah, okay.
I think I got sparkle base. So the second day I bought 2 skeins from the Lemonade shop in DK of fig jam.
That's pretty.
Because I'm going to make a laterally hat for Jared's girlfriend for Christmas.
Nice.
That was Tuesday. Then Wednesday, I went and bought some DK. It's called Utopia from Lamb Strings Yarn for the brim of the hat because fig has that little pops of that purpley pink.
Perfect.
Okay. So that was Wednesday. Thursday, I bought from Great Lakes Handmade some peach and ginger homemade soap.
Ooh, that looks yummy.
2 bars of that. I could, here, smell. You smell, it smells really good. Okay, that was Thursday. And then Friday, I went to Jess Gas Yarn Cafe. Do you know her?
No.
I bought 3 6-inch pom-poms.
6-inch?
Yes,
oh my gosh.
A turquoise on the edges. And look at that. Oh, look at that pink, purpley one.
Wow. Those are cool.
Yes, so I may be using one of those pom-poms for the top of... Melody said, that's not fair. That yarn is for somebody else. I said, yeah, but I get to play with it and love it first. So it's sort of a present for me.
I'll show you what I bought as a present for me. I bought 2 skeins of that beauteous right there.
Yarn, I can tell. What colorway is that?
It is called something about fall, I think. Hang on a second. Let me go back.
Fingering weight?
Fingering weight.
And you have no idea what you used it for?
No, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I think I'm going to use it for... I bought 2 because I figured I could hold it double and make a hat. Vintage fall. Vintage fall.
Vintage fall.
I could hold it double and do mittens or a hat as a gift for somebody. Or if I found a really nice, good contrast color, I could use these 2 skeins with another one and do some stripy wrap or something.
Cool.
I love the rose and the green and the gold with the pops of turquoise. It's just really pretty. Love it.
Show the socks you're working on from the yarn that we dyed ourselves at Dag's house.
Yes, are you ready to start talking about works in progress?
We can, even though mine's not it's a work in progress because we dyed the yarn first.
So this is my yarn that I dyed.
So pretty. I tried to steal it from Debbie, but she was paying too close attention.
It's purple with orange and green speckles, and it makes this cool little partial micro stripe. And last night, I popped in a heel.
Oh, it's so cool. Sparkle.
Heel. It's gold sparkle. It actually came from a mini skein bright neon mini skein set that I got from Yarn Cafe Creations.
How about that?
Yes. That's this set right here. So I pulled out the orange and it works perfect.
And here's my skein, which looks a lot like Debbie's. I did purple, and I also did some yellow and orange and green and little couple pops of turquoise. No, I don't think I used turquoise. That came out from somewhere. There's that little Wendy pop right there. I don't think purple was supposed to be in there, but you know, she shows up wherever she wants, unannounced and uninvited all the time.
That's right.
That's okay.
That's cool. So those are fun. I've been working on those at like baseball games, and when I went to Mexico with a group of people from my company on the bus, I was working on those.
Lobster dinner. Your lobster, was that yummy?
It was really yummy.
Did you know you can drive down to Mexico and park your car and walk across the border and then catch a bus anywhere you want? Well, apparently Debbie did that.
No, you can't catch a bus wherever you want. We chartered the bus.
Well, it just sounded better that way. And you don't have to wait in 50,000 car line to go past the customs.
To get back, yes.
Did they pat you down and put you through an x-ray machine when you walked across?
No.
They didn't?
No, it was pretty easy. So this is what my yarn looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I think my speckles are a little bit heavier than yours, a little darker.
Yep.
Oh.
Just put that anywhere. That's fine. Yeah. Pretty.
So that's so fun. And you know, like Dag, it's funny, I took a class from her, I guess, because I'm keeping my socks in my little sheepy bag from her. Look at that. They fit in there so good. It's like perfect.
So I had much stuff to bring back from New Mexico that I said to Dag, I said, if I pack a box, will you send it to me next week? Because by the time we got done with the class and back to Dag's, of course, it was Saturday evening and the post office was closed. She said, sure, I'll send it on Tuesday. So she sent a priority. It was supposed to be here on Thursday. It was 1 week late. It just got here this past Thursday. I thought it was totally lost. And every day I kept posting, no box, no box, no box. And then it finally came. So I was so happy my box came. I got some souvenirs. One of the things I got at I don't even know what kind of, some pepper shop. I got the citrus rose lotion bar.
Yeah. You like it?
Yes, it smells so good. I wish you could smell it. It smells delicious. I think we should show some of the fun things that we bought when we were in New Mexico. What do you think?
Or maybe some of the cool things we got.
How about some of the cool things we got? But before we show that, let's do that now. You have Dag's present to us?
I do. It's right behind the camera. It's right here.
Don't knock the camera over. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh my gosh. It is stunning. What are we going to use it for? I love it. And it's her sugarloaf base, which she's going to dye me 3 skeins of her sugarloaf in True Love, which is pink. Variation of pinks, and I'm going to have her add orange neon speckles to mine because Debbie's Armory is being knit in this gorgeous pink. And one of the girls at the retreat said, Amy, you have got to buy some pink from Dag. I went, I don't know. I mean, I cannot wait.
So what we have here is actually 950 yards. 5 times 190.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, did I do that right? 5 times 190. Yeah, almost 1,000 yards.
We could get a whole extra small sweater for someone else to wear.
Well, it's funny because this other sugarloaf that she had given me before, look at how that goes with it.
Wow.
It has like some purple in it.
Look at all those colors go together perfectly.
I know. Isn't that pretty?
What should we do?
I don't know.
Give us ideas, people, because those who comment on this podcast for the 50th skein is going to get an incredible prize, which we will show you in a little while. So you're going to want to comment. So if you'd like to comment what to do with this.
Yes. We could do, I think that's 1,000 yards. Is that enough for one of those tank patterns that we found that's really light and airy?
Possibly.
I think it might be.
Carrie Knits has that beautiful green tank. Hold on, I took a picture of it.
Would it look good striped?
Why not? Well, it's got some lace and stuff on it. Where is that now? Amy, don't you take screenshots of everything? Apparently not.
Okay, so
this is another cute little tank for the Brunswick. You guys have seen that.
Oh, yeah.
The little cityscape at the bottom.
Yeah, that's cute.
You could fade any pattern you want. Just check the yardage. Check the weight of the yard. Make sure you swatch. Okay, what else did we get? We got some things in this really cool little bag.
Oh.
Debbie, you're not prepared. Don't tell me I'm more prepared than you are.
You might be. I don't know where that skein is.
Must I show it?
You
Should
must.
I show what I bought from Dag while I was there?
Oh, you know what? I think it's in this bag. Let me look in here.
I bought a
Oh, yeah, here it is. I've got it.
For Sandia base called Dancing Dog. Check that out.
Oh, that's pretty. I think Melody bought that same skein, didn't she?
Yes. It has, can you guys see? It has greens and pops of blue and every now and then a little orange pop, gold pop, mostly grays.
That's pretty.
And I love how it kind of goes with the skein that she gifted all of us who went to the retreat. Do you have yours now?
This was part of the swag bag that came with.
I can't believe this doesn't have cashmere in it.
Are you talking about the dream catcher?
It's so soft.
Yeah, this is her 80/20 sock base.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
Lila Lou Love. Look how pretty those two go together.
This reminds me of Isabel Kramer.
And that's why she dyed it.
A lot of Isabel's samples and a lot of her color palette that she loves is very neutral, very light gray, very jeans color. I know. This is the same base that we dyed. It's the same sock base that we dyed.
This is softer than the skein I dyed. Probably because it has Dag Love in it.
Yes.
And that's nice and soft.
This is going to be some beautiful socks, I think.
And we got...
Ooh, I wonder. Oh, it's a different base. Never mind.
Did you find your little mini she gifted all of us? Where was it? In that bag?
Yeah.
Of course, I definitely got my colors. Debbie got her colors.
Pink and green.
It's so plumpy.
It's the Sandia.
Yeah. And then Knitty by Nature, she was another sponsor.
Yes.
And
I'd already put mine in another one of my containers, so can you show what we got? I think I have the one thing that was in there that was special.
Oh my gosh, what Melissa's doing? She made a couple polymer clay progress keepers.
Did she make those?
She made those little pieces of pumpkin pie and chocolate pie with sprinkles.
Oh my gosh.
Pumpkin.
I saw them. I didn't know if she bought them from somebody or if she...
No, she said, dang, they're a lot of work. I said, yeah. I know. Isn't that... This is New Mexico.
It's a little state of New Mexico progress keeper.
And a bunch of other little, don't dump it, don't dump it, don't dump it, don't dump it.
So cute. Okay, and then Dag has a Halloween colorway, and I wasn't able to resist it. You bought one too, didn't you? Look at that, you guys.
I'll show you what it looks like knit up because I brought them right in here.
It's almost like the same colors that we used to do ours, but she's got more. And look at this one, you guys. Look at that bright orange splash I got. I love that part.
And the pink purple spirals up in a stripe.
And I love this part too. Look at that.
Ooh, pretty.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yep, brought that in here too because I needed to show that.
Okay.
Now let's show a couple of, well, okay, the couple things that Christy brought us, two of them are in the refrigerator because she does all this canning and things like that. She bought us homemade apple butter and jam, and it said jam, but it didn't say what kind of jam.
Peach. Is it peach or apricot?
I don't know. I don't know which one it is. It's yellow.
I'm going to have to buy some special bread just so that I can make toast and put that on my toast.
Yum. Go out
I
and
have
get
to buy some sourdough.
Did you ever eat something just to put the condiment on it? Like you wouldn't have normally had a biscuit, but because you have some kick-ass jam, you need to buy a biscuit to put jam on. Or better yet, you just order fish because you love tartar sauce like me. I used to eat tartar sauce with a spoon out of the jar.
That's so gross.
I'll get fish just to put tartar sauce. I say, can I order some tartar sauce? Oh, and can you put some fish on the side? That's how I feel about it. And she made us a bag. Do you have your bag?
I do.
It is awesomeness. It's one of those
It's a bento bag.
You can walk and knit.
Mine has really pretty gold inside. Yours has green, huh?
Yeah, I've got green polka dot.
And I found another whip inside here.
Another whip? You have a whip inside your bag.
Remember the whip I started before we went on the trip?
Yes. You were casting on the tubular method in the airport.
Yes.
That's the V-neck tee.
V-backed tee.
V-back tee.
And I'm using the yarn I bought in the driveway.
Weren't you finished that yet?
Because I've been working on my Amory sweater. This is Hue Loco. Gorgeous, gorgeous yarn.
Finch? No.
What is that colorway called?
Did you see her new colorway she just made that goes with salt water? Salt water was the one I bought that's striped into my mashed up. Oh my gosh.
This is Finch.
Ah.
And it's beautiful. And this is going to be the next one. I started with the sparkle, and then I'm going to stripe these two because one is a little bit heavier speckled and a little darker than the other. So I'm going to stripe this because I really like how the V creates the stripe, but it's still going to be kind of like a uniform solid sweater. So I'm going to stripe these. These are her spun sock base, which is got cashmere.
Go. I see that one.
I know. Well, I'm almost done with my Amory. So that's living in Christy's bag. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you, Christy. Should we show a couple things that we got from Melody?
Yes.
Okay, now, I know you all want to stop the podcast and go. Uh-oh. Did my screen stop?
Yeah.
Yours did too. You know what you look like? You were like this. You had your eyes closed and I thought, uh-oh. It paused there for a second.
Yeah. Anyway, you said, you're going to want to
go over to her Etsy store. It's called Mellow Days Designs. Mellow Days Designs. Because she is making two things that no knitter can live without. Let me just show you. We're going to show you. Okay, hold on. I have to get organized because mine has all kinds of stuff in it. Okay. This, my friends, is covered fluffy
fabric
that is a pattern keeper.
Dag showed these on her podcast too.
Yes. Which has a ruler with magnets and little magnets you can see on the bottom of Debbie's.
To hold the pattern.
We're such good Vanna whites. And I don't know how I live without one.
I know, it's fabulous.
Okay, honestly, I have one. I still have one, but it has all the remnants of the cut and paste pattern from the Citadel. and it gives me such PTSD that I haven't opened it or used it for anything else. So I'm starting fresh with what I love.
That's great.
And the other thing, now if you thought that was cool, this is going to blow you away. Blow you away. Hang on, I got to get the little...
And I think the thing is she's mostly selling this in a pattern, so you can do it yourself, because...
Good luck with that.
Well, these are a ton of work. She made like 8 of them and sold them all at the retreat, and they were gobbled up. And I still think she should have charged more for them. So they close all the way up. They have pockets all the way around the outside. All of these little things are pockets.
Like if you were me, you would have chapstick in every single one of these, because I'm a chapstick freak.
Yeah, see, I have my chapstick right in there.
But look inside. Don't fall out. Don't fall out. Don't fall out.
Yeah, I have a lot of stuff in here.
These pockets there's places for 1, 2, 3, 4 different things, but the center pocket has a hole. So if you put pens or your glasses, they slide down like this at an angle and they don't stick up out of the bag. And she's calling these Notion...
Mimi's Notion bag, I think.
Yes.
And look, it's got a little ring on this center thing so you can hang stitch markers.
These pockets are big enough. I mean,
I know. I have this thing.
It's incredible. I'm thinking about just putting my license in here and using this as a purse.
I have my
they sit perfectly. It's an ingenious idea, Mel. She's like, I don't know what I should charge. I said $100.
Yeah, not enough. Takes a lot of time to make these.
A lot.
If you're an adventurous sewist who knows how to read sewing patterns, you could probably work through it. But I'm going to encourage her to just make some more over time and make sure she charges so that it's worth the time. Because I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know how to sew and would love to have these and would pay what their time and effort that they're worth to make.
Yes.
They're beautiful, Melody. Beautiful workmanship.
Love them. Hold on. Don't go anywhere.
Don't worry.
Okay. So M. Rickle is her Instagram name. I don't know if she has another for Melody's Designs.
She does. It's right there on her thing. You should follow Melody's Designs. Don't necessarily follow both, but her...
If you see a post in Melody's Designs that she has Mimi's Notion sacks or bags posted and they're available, you're going to kick yourself in the butt, because if you say, oh, I'll do it after I look through my feed, you're going to go over there and they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
And you're going to be sunk again until she has more made. Now, I know she just yesterday spent almost the entire day making new pattern keepers. I don't know if they're listed yet. She got the cutest little label to put on them.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout. So if you see them listed, you better get one. You want to be one of the cool kids, don't you?
I'm getting a bunch of texts from the moms from all the girls last night, sending more pictures from the night. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You need to favorite her shop on Etsy and follow her Instagram so that you are alerted as to when she's having her updates, because her stuff's going to go fast. And she and Christy both are just the sweetest.
Much more about it because I'm going to cry.
Okay, moving on. Should we show our Amory sweater?
Yes, let's change the subject.
No weeping on the podcast.
Okay, so let me tell you this. I left Christy, bird not in the grill, already gone, took me in the farm truck and dropped me off because she had the longest drive back home. So she took me to catch a 7:30 flight. So we were carefully trying not to squeak on the floor, getting up early and making sure everything was packed. Well, then Debbie and Melody did get up because Debbie said, well, say goodbye to me tonight. And I said, You're not going to get up in the morning and say goodbye to me?
I knew I was going to get up.
Well,
I thought you were getting up at like 3 in the morning. I didn't realize it was 6. That's not that early.
And it's only a 10-minute drive to the airport. So
yeah.
But I cried in the truck. Don't tell Christy, but I cried in the truck leaving.
I think we all cried a little bit when we all had to say goodbye. It was hard.
I don't like that.
I know.
No more knitting retreats for me.
Amy.
I'm only kidding.
Okay, so let's see your emery.
Okay, so my emery is not as far as yours because somehow socks jumped on the needles. And then I felt tick-tock, because because Chris is going to be here in no time. Stunning. Oh my gosh, Debbie, you're almost done. I'm just mid-nipple on mine. Maybe not even.
Well, I still have to do sleeves, and your sleeves are done.
Okay, so, my sleeves are done because I decided to do short sleeves.
Oh, this is another gift we got from Melody. Everybody in the whole retreat got Knit New Mexico Little Progress Keeper Shrinky Dink. Is that not the cutest thing ever, you guys? She hand drew 20 some of them.
Melody. Bless you. Me. So I did short sleeves. I decided to do the pattern on the end of the sleeve, and this is a sleeve with the Wendy stripe pop.
It's so cute.
And the other one is done. They're not blocked, and I know they'll flatten out. And
where we see the purple in that sweater, that's where Amy put in those little minis. She striped the mini in there.
Yes, so it's funny because I dyed the 2 skeins of regular, full skein, and the 3 minis all in the same pan. Then, I think I did that. Yes. Then I pulled the 3 little minis out and speckled just a little tiny bit of them to get this little pop. But can you see every 3rd row is the mini skein with a stripe, but you can even see the blue. It almost looks like it's a different shade, a little darker, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Can you see a striping effect a little bit?
Yes.
Even the blue.
I think it looks good, though.
I think it looks good, too.
It was the same base?
Yeah, same base.
Oh. I wonder maybe the purple just kind of affected the rest of the blue maybe a little bit.
That's okay. I really love it.
And I used Dag's Sugarloaf, the same base that she gifted us.
It has 500 yards in it.
I know, it's a lot. It's a lot of yardage.
Yes.
I might put this on. I don't think I've tried it on since I bound it off yesterday.
You finished the lace. You finished the bottom.
I did. I did one less repeat than what the pattern calls for.
It looks so nice. Perfect length.
And it's gonna block longer.
It's supposed to curl up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You gonna do long sleeves?
I think I might do 3/4.
Okay. It
So
looks good.
Looks cute, huh?
It does look so cute.
And the pink, oh my gosh. The pink is beautiful. I love it.
Did you alternate too? Alternate skein?
Okay, so the first skein I didn't alternate. I just knit one skein for all these increases, and it made it mix and match. And then I started to blend in another skein. And from here to here, I blended the 2. And that skein was a little bit darker.
Yeah.
And then for the lace, I dropped the lightest one, and I just did the darker of the 2.
Looks great.
Looks
so nice.
Oh, it's so soft. It's so
Debbie
pretty.
spent about 30 minutes with Isabel between a little, during the break in the workshop and then over at Dag's house. And I thought, this girl is going to be so ready to jet set out of here. But Debbie got some basic information on how to modify the neck of her own pattern. I would have told Debbie, never mind, you either knit it like it is or not. But she was so nice and kind.
And don't blame me. There were 3 other people that were staying with me that weekend who really wanted the neck to be a little bit lower.
How could you modify somebody's pattern when they're sitting right there? At least I'd do it behind people's backs.
It was a workshop where she was helping us with sweater construction, and she was happy to share. She was very gracious.
Yeah, she encouraged us.
Yes. And it was, she said, modify it, make it your own. And she was helping us figure out where to, even during the class, she was saying, if you want this part to be a little longer, if you're a little broader here, this is where you adjust. If you need to do this. So it was really very informative. It was a really wonderful class. I loved it. It was great.
It was great. We went to drop off Melody's sewing machine at the Bernina store, which we hardly got out of because, number one, the girl was really slow at the cash register, but number two, there were so many other cool things to look at, and we had to buy some things, didn't we?
We did.
Do you have yours open?
I didn't open it, no. Why don't you show it?
I won't be able to get it back in the bag. That's why we're both waiting for the other person to do it.
Oh, well.
Debbie spotted this. What are they called?
It's a printed fabric that has little different, really, really cute designs on it.
And they're like watercolor designs.
Yes, they're gorgeous.
Like, I quack myself up.
Hold it back a little bit so none of it gets cut off. Yeah, there you go.
And feed me and tell me I'm pretty.
They're beautiful.
Everyone calm down. I've goated this. They're so adorable.
And they're all printed on one big piece of fabric, but I'm going to cut them up and turn them into bags, I think.
Favorite? I have irritable owl syndrome. That goes for all of my patients. That one truly does. But there's a whole bunch of different.
I think there's like 9 or 12 of them.
It's cute. There's an elephant one. So when you get a panel of beautiful fabric and you're thinking about making bags, you need to get more fabric because you need an inside and you need other things to go with it, right? So what did we buy?
We bought
insides.
Yeah. And maybe backs too. Yeah.
All different, gorgeous. Maybe did you get the same kind as me?
Yeah, it's the same. Bright. And they look like they're mostly batiks. They're beautiful.
Yeah, there's teal and blues and yellows, orange, reds, purples. So that is going to go perfect with this.
Yes.
That was also in my box, and I was holding my breath, hoping it wasn't going to be lost. But it wasn't lost. It got here.
Yeah.
And, okay, so
we got a beautiful gift from another gal that we met at Rhinebeck last year. Her name's Kim Brigio, and she's the maker behind Not Your Average Knits.
Yep.
And let me tell you, if you don't follow her on Instagram, you need to go over there and do that. She also has a podcast.
Yes.
And she made the most beautiful, you going to show yours?
Yes. Woven. These are both, is yours hypnotic yarn?
I think so. I'm trying to remember now.
Mine is hypnotic yarn. This one is for hatching. It is the softest.
Mine's Molly Klein Design.
Oh, yours is.
Sweet Tea Yarns.
I haven't opened it all the way up and put it on yet, but I'm doing that right now. Oh my
you guys.
gosh. Like a cloud.
I think I'm going to have to get a loom.
Oh, Debbie, you already have a sock knitting machine. This is a perfect length. And if you want to give a knit-worthy person a beautiful gift, talk about, it's really a quick weaving project. You just go to her store and you order one and it shows up in the mailbox. Look how quick that is. Oh, it's warm, Debbie, isn't it?
I know. It's beautiful.
Oh,
it's the perfect length.
I love it.
So do I. I I got the neutral gray because I figured I would wear it a lot with work stuff.
She said you can send her yarn.
Yes.
The yarn you want her to weave, or you can just buy whatever she has in her shop. I'm telling you what, you guys, this is an incredible gift.
Thank you, Kim.
You are so entirely sweet. And guess what? Those that comment and might win next podcast is going to get the coveted leaf peeping colorway from Hypnotic in a scarf that's been woven.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Isn't that a gorgeous colorway?
What a gorgeous thing to wear at Christmas.
I know it. It has greens and peach and red and some light yellow.
It's beautiful.
It's just stunning.
And green, dark green.
Leaf peeping. So this is going to be given away from the comments, randomly chosen. Unless you say something that's hilarious and make me pee my pants, I may choose yours anyway. This is what you win.
Thank you, Kim.
Kim.
It's beautiful.
Oh my God. It is so pretty. And all of those who are getting ready to go to Rhinebeck, you're going to get not 75-degree heat like we had last year. You're actually going to get some fall, I hear.
Well, that's nice.
Yes.
I love how she finished the bottoms of these too.
Isn't it just...
Look at that detail, how that gets woven in across the...
That is beautiful, isn't it though? And it's as soft as cashmere, you guys. I'm going to have to make sure Skyland doesn't see this. She's going to want this around her neck. She's going to want to steal this from me. I know she will.
I love it.
Oh, I love it. I could dye up some different yarn and send it to her. And
remember the yarn I bought to knit a scarf for my coworker?
Yes.
I've been thinking of sending that to her. It has silk in it, and it's the denim, light denim blue, and the dark charcoal gray. Would that not look beautiful woven in a...
Yes. You may not end up giving it to him.
I will probably keep it.
See,
I bought him a separate gift because I knew I wasn't going to have time to knit him something. He's already got his gift.
Okay, maybe you'll have to keep it then. If you decide to send something as a gift, this is my suggestion. Send her the yarn and extra postage so she could send it directly to the person who's getting the gift. Because if she sends it to you first, it's not going to end up you leaving your house. I'm telling you what.
You're right.
You're going to be looking for another gift.
You're right. Beautiful.
I have to come across somebody who is having a de-stash sale. And this was not one of the presents I bought I bought myself, but it was before I decided I needed presents every day last week. I needed presents every day last week.
You're crazy.
This came in the mail yesterday from Pickled Fiber Co. Diane. I just so happened to get lucky enough to get a Lolo Did It and 2 Uloco skeins. Who is crazy enough to de-stash? I don't know who Diane is, and I'm sure she's a very sane person, but she was a little insane to get rid of these, but I was very, very glad that I got them myself.
Oh, wow. Scrunchies and spandex?
This one, yep. Name that colorway. Hold on, let me take them out of the bag. Let's see how good Debbie is.
I'm not that good. I just remember from your post earlier.
Scrunchies and spandex from Lolo.
What base is that?
This is the God Save the Queen sock. Okay.
80-20?
Yes, I believe.
Beautiful.
No, 75-25.
Oh.
460 yards.
Still pretty.
Uloco. Fill a sock. Name that colorway.
I don't know.
Outer Space Love.
Oh, Outer Space Love. Oh, that's so pretty.
Isn't it though? And the other Uloco is?
Gray.
On Glitz.
Ooh, that's pretty too. Those are like fall colors.
Pink peppercorn.
Ooh, pretty.
Mm-hmm.
That's on Sparkle?
Yes, it's on Sparkle.
That almost looks like that would go with the colorway that you got from Dag.
I know. Well, it sort of is very, very similar.
Ah, yeah.
Almost too similar. But don't worry. I'm thinking about designing something that would use leftovers and sock yarns because I don't know that I have enough of the sock base. That you can hold double and do something that's like a marled effect.
Like a Stephen West marled craziness, something.
No, not as crazy as Stephen West. Everybody enjoying the clues of the last Stephen West go around.
Oh my gosh, it's another crazy construction. I wonder what it's going to end up looking like. It's kind of like the doodler.
But the one side has all these yarns. Did he tell you to cut your yarn every single row? Maybe that's part of the design. If you have to weave in every one of those yarns, I think you ought to just leave them that way.
I doubt it. He doesn't like weaving in ends either. I think he's the kind of guy that will like braid them or something.
Maybe.
Make tassels out of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
A lot faster than actually making tassels, though. That's for sure.
Well, I know that his mystery knit along is a lot bigger of a commitment than our little mitten mystery knit along. Ours was done in 3 weeks.
Or if you're Danielle, 2 days.
Yes.
Every time she posts a new pair of socks, I'm like, 37 pair for the year. That's it. You should be at least on pair 80.
Amy.
I think she could knit socks, a whole pair of socks in 2 days or something.
Yeah. She goes fast.
She was so excited because her husband bought her a new power yard tool. It was a weed eater or something. And she said, well, now I really have to stay home from work. I think he said, as long as you do the yard work, you don't have to go back to work. No lie. If somebody told me that, I'd say I am on it.
Yes. Heck yes.
I would kill every plant in my yard, which I do anyway. Wouldn't have anything to do. We're almost down to the last mow of the yard before the season changes. We're starting to get temperatures in the 70s, higher 70s, middle 70s. So we're slowly sliding into fall. It's taking time here. We survived the hurricane last week. Several schools closed the day before because they weren't really sure what was going to happen. And our school is always the last to close. And we got up in the morning and the sun was coming up and it was a blue sky. And I thought, see, glad we didn't use one of those 3 snow days in the year.
Yeah.
We were very, very fortunate, although those to our southeast and south were not.
Yeah.
And my sister-in-law and brother-in-law were supposed to go to Panama City in 2 weeks for 5 days. Get this, they've been married for 25 years, never have taken a vacation. Not once.
Oh my gosh.
They finally said we're doing it.
And a hurricane comes.
And now they're not going to be able to go.
That's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
They'll just have to postpone and do it another time.
So devastating. Mexico Beach is flattened.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was, Debbie, was that east of where Mom and Dad were?
Yes.
House?
Yeah.
Panama City is east of Destin and Seaside and Santa Rosa Beach where their beach house were.
I think their house was between Santa Rosa Beach and Seaside.
And Seaside, okay. But that's still west of Panama City, right?
I think so. I don't remember where Panama City is. I know Fort Walton Beach was to the west and Seaside was to the east. I think they were in that stretch.
Okay. Well, anyway, I mean, the thing was miles and miles wide. So.
Yeah. Oh, prayers go out to all of you in that part of the country. That's rough.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is that everything?
I think that's all the words that I want to use today.
Okay. I'm surprised you have any left.
I'm getting a haircut tomorrow, and I saw this girl with really beautiful blue hair, and I thought about dyeing my whole head. No, I'm only kidding, Mom. Don't freak out. I'm thinking maybe getting a couple stripes of blue. Turquoise. Wouldn't that be pretty? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I have to ask my hair lady when it starts to fade, as long as it doesn't turn this puke green as it's fading.
Right.
That's where you get in trouble because it's this beautiful color for 3 days and then it starts to fade and you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold undertone in your highlights, so blue may be hard to get. It's going to go more towards green. You'd have to bleach out that gold until it's white before they can do the blue.
Just go neon green since it's going to end up that way anyway.
There you go.
That's a better choice.
There you go.
So stay tuned till next podcast. You may see what's left of it.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody has wonderful knitting times and have an incredible time at Rhinebeck. And one word of advice for Rhinebeck if you've never been. Mrs. Babs brings a tractor trailer load of yarn, so she's not going to run out. So no fighting, no hair pulling, no spitting, no grabbing, punching, or hoarding. It'll be there even if you go a half hour before it closes on any of the days. It'll be there. So be kind or
be quiet.
That's right.
And that was a lot more than one word of advice, but it was lot of words.
See, I lie all the time.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for visiting with us. We're sorry it took us so long to come back out, but that's the way it goes in our crazy lives.
I miss all you nitty friends.
I know. We're trying to scheme and plan our next little trip. So we'll keep y'all posted what part of the country we're going to end up in. Maybe we could do
everybody else can come.
Yeah, we do a bigger knit night at one of the local yarn stores, and then we'll squirrel away to a quiet place.
Must have somebody who's close to the Airbnb to make sure it's got squeaky floors and soft beds, because what is a knitting retreat in together? We didn't have squeaky floors and soft beds. It means more wine.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, happy knitting, everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.